Okay, now for question number 2 from the February-March 2022 IGCSE Cambridge paper. It says work out the square root of 5 times 6 squared, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So here the question is intended for you to just use your calculator. This is one of those calculator questions where they're testing how you can use your calculator. Pretty simple. Square root of 5 times, don't forget to put a space now, okay, before you press your times. If you just put times, okay, if you just did square root of 5 and then you press times, the square root will be under this. So if you did this, your answer will be completely wrong. So they don't want the square root of 5 times 6 squared with the 6 squared under the times, under the square root. They want to separate them out. So you have to put square root of 5 and then space, you press that space, then you press times, and then you press 6 squared, and then you press your equals, and then the answer comes out in this third form. So all you have to do now is press the button, SD button, and it gives you in decimal. So it's 80.49844, 80.49844, but they want it to 2 decimal places. So when you go to 2 decimal places, you have to stop here. The number after it is 5 or more, so therefore this increases by 1. This becomes a 10, but you can't write 10 here, so you have to carry the 1 over. So you have 80.50. Now you must write that 0, okay, because we have been asked to round to the second decimal place. Normally we wouldn't write 80.50 if we're writing a decimal. We'd normally write 80.5 because the 0 doesn't give any place value to anything. But because we've been asked to round to the second decimal place, we must leave the 0 in that position. Very, very important. Okay, so there's the answer to number 2, decimal places. It's not significant figures, it's decimal places, right? If it was significant figures, we would say 80, all right? But it's decimal places, 2 decimal places. So you start from after the decimal point, 1, 2, and that number after it is an 8. So this has to become increasing by 1, it becomes a 10. So the 1 carries over to there. So 80.5 is 0. All right, so that concludes question number 2 from this paper. Other questions from this paper you can find on the playlist that will be showing at the end of the video over here. And other questions from the topic of basic arithmetic can be found in the playlist over here. And you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on this link. Thank you for watching.